to another edition of Aspire to Inspire and Embrace the Power Production, where we celebrate, showcase, and learn about incredible individuals who are making a difference in their communities and across the globe. I'm your host, Dr. Jennifer Blaylock, Chief Energy Officer of Ingenuity Solutions, and I'm super excited to celebrate the two individuals that are joining us tonight. They are not just awesome people, they are personal friends and people I adore and who inspire me on the daily. And they're going to tell you about some incredible transformational things they're doing in the city of Savannah, the greatest city in the United States, as we all know. I will introduce them both. And of course, ladies first, Miss Azsha A. Hankerson, who is a devoted mother of two and military veteran. She's a seasoned professional known for organizational stewardship, government advocacy, community engagement. She's a human resources and special project coordinator. She's been a business partner. She has led teams in the United States Army, where she served and embodied the values of duty, honor, and selfless service. And she has diverse administrative skills, but she also has one of the things that I love about her most is her servant's heart. And I'm so excited to have her. And we also have with us Mr. Krishon C. Strunk, a native of Newton, Texas, who received a football scholarship to McNeese State University, Lake Charles, Louisiana, shout out, where he received his Bachelor's of Science in Accounting, as well as a Bachelor of Science in General Business Administration with a minor in entrepreneurship. Excellent, and certification in human studies. He later went on to earn a Master of Science in Accounting with a CPA emphasis from Walden University. He currently serves as a budget analyst with the city of Savannah, managing the operating budget for 37 business units, totaling approximately $139 million by monitoring the approved budget, tracking expenditures, and comparing it to authorized limits. And he does incredible work and support. What we're here to talk about today is the work that these two individuals have done to help transform the leadership culture at the city of Savannah through their work of bringing and activating a chapter of the National Forum for Black Public Administrators, where Krishon is the chapter president of the Savannah Metropolitan Chapter. Awesome. And Azsha, what is your title with this chapter as well?
I am a devoted board member.
And you are also one of the founding individuals who brought it forward, right? So we appreciate you. And I do not want to miss that Krishon is passionate about God's word and has a heart for all God's people. And he has a mission to equip and activate this generation to preach the word of Christ effectively and change the world one soul at a time. I had to share that. That's a snap. But let's talk about, of course, with both of you, there's so much we could talk about. I want to know what inspired you to get involved and to reinvigorate the National Forum Black Public Administrators chapter in the Savannah metropolitan area, and how you got involved and how you believe it's going to change and transform our work culture for all employees. That's a big question and a big task, but I can't wait to hear both of you talk about it.
I'll let you go, Azsha. Go first.
Honestly, thank you so much, Mr. President. So honestly, we visited, it's funny, Melissa Carter, who is the director of the Office of Management and Budget, recommended that myself and Heath Lloyd, the assistant city manager, attend Forum 2023. And so not really knowing much about the organization, I'm like, okay, I think that'll be cool. So we signed up and we went to the forum, which was in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And when I tell you, it was a mind-blowing experience to see so many public administrators who look like me, who are doing things in their community, who kind of led the way, who will lead the way for me. It just set me on fire. And I was super excited to come back and get to work, right? And so seeing those professionals, hearing their stories, knowing that one connection was all it took to build genuine connections and expand my network was like amazing. So being able to see female city managers, county managers, directors, and things of that nature who not only look like me, but who didn't they didn't take the traditional route, right? They didn't go to college, but they, obtained their certifications and then kind of climbed the ladder that way. It was just so empowering to me, and it made me excited to come back home and kind of see what we can stir up in the city of Savannah.
I love it, Azsha. Krishon?
I can concur and agree with Azsha. Like she said, I remember last year, Melissa Carter came to me and one of my coworkers and was like, "Hey, this year I want to devote more towards your professional development and career development." And so she was like, I was a part of the National Forum for Black Public Administrators a few years ago, and I think it'll be great for you." And then she was letting my other colleague know as well. She was like, "I think other people in Savannah probably will be good as well." And so when she brought it to me, I was like, "Oh, okay." For me, I was like, "Oh, okay," because I didn't come from government. Last year was my first year. I came from the corporate world, working at Coca-Cola in accounting and finance and administrator all for 8 years. So it was new and different for me. And so, like Azsha said, going to the forum last year in Minnesota was really mind blowing to see other public administrators your color, other public administrators your age, and most of them your age wasn't just at the bottom of the pole, but they were actually city managers, county managers, directors, and so it was motivating to be like, wow, like, there are other young public administrators that are thrilled and excited and happy to be a public administrator. And so going to this forum, and even this year, I mean, just mind blowing. The sessions, just learning about equity budgeting, learning about, AI and how it can be a pro and a con for your city, learning about, where is the government going with tax in the tax bracket, where is housing, or where is economic development going, it could be going in the next few years, taking these things that are happening from in different cities and different municipalities. And for me it was just kind of like, how can that better help me in my role? How can I take this and go back to my department, because I work in management and budget and we service the whole city. So it wasn't just going to help my department, but how can we better serve the whole city? One thing I remember going to was a community development, a community outreach session last year. And it was with the Miami, some people from Miami, the officials and from Miami, and they were just telling us some methods and ways that they had a successful community engagement. And for us in the budget office, we're planning a community engagement, for our community, for the budget wise during our budget process. And so for me, it was kind of like, oh wow, like we can implement this or we can implement that. This to help us to reach these people. This to help us to reach them. So it's been a great learning experience. And as Azsha also said, network. I mean, I'm cool now with mayors and city managers, directors, urban planning designers. I mean, from different municipalities, different states, and different cities. And now it's like when we come back together, it's kind of like a family reunion because we haven't seen each other in a whole year. So it's really exciting and mind blowing.
I love that. Well, Krishon, I do have to ask, were you the best dressed there? I'm just messing. Krishon has to show up and represent everywhere he goes.
Shut it down.
Okay? And trying to tell us, Azsha, I tried to bring it.
I had to give them a little bit of Savannah,
I love it. I love it. So when you look at, obviously you're exposed, you got exposure to other cities, municipalities, there might have even been some international groups there. What can Savannah learn? And then maybe tell me what you think where we're already doing a good job, but also what can we learn and where can we head?
I think I can jump on that one first, if you don't mind, Mr. President.
I don't mind.
What I can say that the city of Savannah does well, after talking to some of our counterparts in different regions, is when it comes to our neighborhood meetings. A lot of people, when I discuss like our city managers there, our assistant city managers there, our police chief, our fire chief, our department heads are there so that the community can get the direct answers to some of their, historic questions and things like that. Most of them were blown away, like, what? And so I think Savannah has that part figured out. Now, what I will say is what I see that we can, areas of improvement are internal services. Some of our internal services could probably use a good shake of the tree to kind of let go of the loose ends that are kind of like dangling. Other than that, I believe that we are on the right path. I think that Savannah, people need to look out for Savannah, right? Because everything that's happening in our region, everything is expanding. What I can hope for is that we really get this housing situation figured out for all of the new people that are coming this way into our region. And also that our business partners, our business owners, that they get on board, because there is a lot of revenue to be gotten. And I hope that we don't miss it as a culture, as a community, as an area, as a region, because people are coming to Savannah. So we need to be ready. And I think that we are poised in the right position if we take advantage of the resources that we have.
And I agree with that. I've talked to a few people, and they were talking about just collaboration and partnerships with their municipality, as well as different organizations and nonprofits outside of their city. And so I think that right there is something that I would love us to work better at as well. Is just our collaboration and our partnership with different nonprofits, different businesses, and different entities outside of the city. Because we all make up the city of Savannah. We may just be the public servants of Savannah, the ones that are, doing the behind the scene and the back work. However, we all fall under Savannah. And so, like Azsha said, people were amazed, and people are amazed when they hear that, wow, y'all city manager or y'all mayor, which everybody knows our mayor. Trust me. I mean,
everybody.
We're not called Savannah Metropolitan Chapter. We're called, those are van people right there. That's what we call. But it amazes people to know that our mayor and our city managers and then our officials are very much involved in our neighborhoods and very much involved in different things. And so, like she said, I do believe that we have that down pat, but it's the internal, the partnerships, the collaboration. I believe that we can just work better on and try to collaborate and to make us a better city and to make us a better organization.
Absolutely, I agree.
I love that. So, there's a lot of discussion in the media and even in government about DEI and, is it really needed? Please share, because from your own lived experience, why is representation important? And how does having access to be a part of and be supported to attend this organization's conference, how does it influence and impact your own professional journey?
I can jump on that one first too, if you don't mind, Mr. President. I'm currently going through the certification process as a DEI person. And so not only has the importance of diversity, equity, and inclusion and belonging been really kind of enhanced with this experience that I'm having. So to answer your question, I made a statement today, and it was so profound. The statement was, oftentimes leaders invite us to the table, but it's rare that they give us a voice, right? And so offering me a seat at the table is fine, but it does my constituents no good if you don't give me a voice at that table.
Right.
And I believe the reference that I said is, offering me a seat at the table is fine, but not giving me the opportunity to say grace at that same table is a disservice to me. And I say that because it is rare that you see someone who is a millennial, who is an African American, and who is a woman that is in a leadership position at all whatsoever in most of the areas that I've seen within the city. And so I would like to be that face that you see that gives you hope to say, hey, if she can do it, this single mom from North Las Vegas, Nevada, coming to Savannah and being here for about 7 years, if she can do it, if she can climb her way to the top by her hard work, her diligence, and etc., then I may have a chance as well. And I believe that it's our duty to do the work, right? It's not just my job to advocate, to empower. It's all of our job to ensure that the marginalized people's voices are heard. Now, the good thing about Savannah is it is 57% African American. Now, the area of improvement is, now let's see those people in leadership. Let's see these faces in places of power. And I think the National Forum for Black Public Administrators gives us empowerment to, like Ben Crump said, to speak truth to power. And so it empowers me, honestly, to say, if I have to climb this hill alone for the good fight, I'm in it until I can't be in it anymore. And also meeting people who champion that exact notion, I think is even more empowering. There's people that have checked on me when I told them that I started this DEI program, and they have checked on me every step of the way to ensure that I don't get burned out, that I stay in the good fight to push the needle forward.
I love that. Krishon?
Yeah, that's amazing. Like I agree, and I totally agree with everything she said. It is very important. I know for me, um, DI coming is very important because I come from a small town, Texas, which is predominantly, Caucasian, predominantly white town, and so in that town, most black men like myself are labeled after graduation to either be on drugs, be locked up in jail, or we have a place called the Hill, where a place in the town where everyone goes, and that's where they're drinking, that's where they hang out at, they're doing drugs, but they don't succeed. They either married with a bunch of kids, or they are not in their kids' lives. And so for me, one thing I've always promised my mother, because my parents got divorced back in when I was in middle school. So my mom raised 4 kids, 3 boys, 1 girl, with the help of family, but she raised us. And one thing my mom always told us is, I don't care what you're good at, but you're good at something, and go get a degree, so I ain't got to pay for it. And we made sure I had academic and football scholarship. But even when going to school for accounting and working at Coca-Cola, I just knew that that wasn't enough. I knew that even being called into ministry, which I don't really tell a lot of people about, but they can see being called into ministry, I knew that it was still more to me, because I wanted my voice to be heard, not for myself, but for other young men that were not able to get out of Newton, Texas. I have friends and classmates that are still there that were not able, that maybe didn't have the push, didn't have the drive, or didn't have the courage to leave. And me, here I am, took the leap of faith 3 years ago and moved from even Louisiana, and came off 15 hours away here in Savannah. I was, it was really on faith. I didn't have a place to stay. It was just on faith. I knew a few people here, stayed with them, applied with the city, and now got with the city, and now joining this chapter, this organization, is just really just been a blessing, because like she said, it allows me to have a seat at the table, and not only a seat, but it gives me a voice, because I'm able to be a voice for some people that wish they were a voice and cannot be a voice. I'm able to be a voice for people that say, listen, I really want to be there. I really wish I was there. I just can't. And so when people look at me, I don't want them just to see me by what I say, but I want them to see me by my actions. That's why I try to strive so hard and work so hard, because I want them to know that, hey, look, I came from a little town. I came from my mom working 3, 4 double overtimes just so I can be involved in and extracurricular activities so she can make sure that she pays for flights and different things for me. I came from that town, and yes, and if I can do this, if I can be in a city and be successful, if I can be in a city working with government officials, working with directors, working with city managers and mayors, being part. That's why I love being in the budget office, because I like being in front of the scene. I like making recommendations. So now I'm able to make recommendations. If I can come from a little town and do that, and also be in an organization also where my voice is heard, and with people that look just like me that may have the same story, yeah, that's motivating, and that is the reason why I strive to even do more in this organization, and I strive to tell other people. I make sure I tell other people about it, not for the membership, not for the numbers, not just to say, oh, I'm a part of a Black organization. No, because I want them to know, hey, your voice can be heard here. You give after every forum, they ask us, give us your feedback. What is it that we need to change? What is it that we need to add? Let us know, so when the planning committee gets together, which I'm on the planning committee for the national organization, they talk about these different things that need to change. They talk about these different things that need to be addressed. Hey, that is an opportunity for me to voice, hey, my city, my municipality, we're going through this. Maybe we need to add this to a session because other municipalities may be going through that as well. So
I love that. Obviously, both of you, with the level of expertise that you have, you could be, making incredible salaries in the private sector, but you have both made a choice to be public servants. One, what inspired you to do that? And Azsha and Krishon, both of you being servant leaders, what inspired you to do that? And two, what would you say to inspire young people of color to consider working in the public sector or government, and to continue the legacy and the power and influence?
you want me to go first? Crazy thing about it is, when I was young, I always knew I wanted to be a CPA. I wanted to be an accountant. So I already knew going to college what I wanted to be. Never in my millionaire years thought I would be a public servant. And so when I decided to, when I moved here, it was just kind of like let me try something different at first. Let me try. Saw that they were hiring in the budget department. Never worked in the budget department. It's totally different from being an accountant, because in the budget, now I have to learn, especially in government policies and procedures. And, I came from this corporate world, and it was easier. But coming in, and it was difficult at first, very different. But as I stayed and as I'm still here, this has been one of the best decisions ever. Learning how the government works. Now I'm able to, when I hear people talk about the government, I'm able to really know how it works, instead of just getting in conversations that I really don't know nothing about. But now, because I work for the government, I work behind the scenes. I know how money is budgeted. I know how money is spent. I know the different initiatives that are happening. Is very. I'm grateful that I chose this platform, this job, and this career. And so for me as well, like I said, this had, now that I'm in it, it's just amazing, because now the being able to be connected to other professionals as yourself and Azsha and my boss Melissa, just these my coworkers, just different ones that always are speaking into my life as well as I speak into theirs. Just the different professional people, building connections, building the relationships. One thing I was always taught, that your network is your network. And being in this role has afforded me, because I believe if I was here, I probably would have never heard of NFBPA. I would have never been inside of this amazing organization. I would have never met the people that I've met. And so I encourage many young black men, young black women to become a public servant, because for one, you're a public servant. I always tell people, even in ministry, that they was like, oh, my title don't matter. I'm a servant first. And this the same way in public service. In my job, I'm a public servant. I'm a servant first. I'm here to serve the public. I'm here to serve the people. And now I love it because now I have the opportunity to serve in my capacity, in my role. Building the budget book. Oh, I love it. It's amazing. Being able to attend council and being able to be a part of decisions. It's just amazing and mind blowing to me. Even to this day, sometimes I'm like, I can't believe I'm here. Some other people, it may not be nothing, but to me, it's everything. And so I encourage other young people to become public servants because I know just like them, they want their voice to be heard. And I believe that being a public servant actually allows your voice to be heard. It helps you and it helps you to grow. It grooms you, it matures you. And I would say I'm still maturing and I'm still grooming, but being here, I can say that I'm not the same person I was 2 years ago before I came here. I've learned so much. I've gained so much. I've gained knowledge. And so that's why I encourage other people that becoming a public servant is important and is vital because you can help make a difference, not only in your community, but just in different people. I mean, just in people themselves. If you can ask anybody that when I first started, my motto is what's the need? And being a public servant helps me be able to meet the need of other people.
I love it. Azsha?
I would first and foremost say that being a public servant is not for the faint at heart, right? Just simply because people are people and you have to have a heart for people. You have to have a love for people that supersedes anything you could experience, whether it be someone else's bad day being thrown on your lap, whether it be a coworker who is, again, not having a good day. Sometimes your servant's heart has to exceed all of those things that you experience. Because like any role that you experience, there will be heartache and there will be pain, but sometimes there will be rainbows and butterflies. And so I am a lover of of laughter, of compassion, of all good things that you can fathom. And so I hold on to those as I take this journey through public servantship. And what I would say to someone who was interested in being a public servant is I would say, ensure that you have that the organization that you choose to come with aligns with where you want to go, right? So with the city of Savannah, there were so many things that aligned with where I wanted to go. There was community, and I love to see people excel. I love to see people living a life that provides them joy and stability. And so any way that I can aid in assisting them along that path, sign me up for it 3 times over. And so my heart is for people. My heart is for change and for advancement. And of course, my heart is for my people as well. And so any way that I can be of aid in advancing the lives of people, sign me up for it. And so I love being a public servant. I have worked here since I've been in Savannah for almost 7 years. I've worked for the city for almost 5 years, and I worked for the county for 11 months. And prior to that, of course, I worked for the city of Las Vegas, and I was in the military prior to that. So government has been my life story. And there's different parts of government, so also know exactly what you want to do. And you don't even have to be 100% sure, because again, your life can go anywhere fast. You could start off wanting to be in HR, and then you can end up as a special projects coordinator for the assistant city manager and with an IT background. So you never know, but anywhere that you can get in to fit in, I would say do that and get your foot in the door, and who knows where the Lord will take you from there.
So true.
I love that. And because both of you were so willing to step up when the door opened, to learn more about this incredible organization and bring it to our city and share it with others, you've made such a profound impact, and you continue to challenge yourselves, like you said, Azsha, with the several leadership programs that you've done and the opportunities that you've stepped up for. Where do you see NFBPA Savannah headed, and what does it look like in the next couple of years, and how can people get involved? Tell us about it.
Where do I see us headed? I really see now that we're revamping. Um, Kudos to Miss Petula. They kept the chapter going, and then we came in and just grew. Just it's growing. I really see us really thriving and really making a difference. Like I said, we started off a little slow, trying to make sure we had our little ducks in a row, just making sure because we most of us came in as new officers, really didn't get the training, really didn't get the guidance. It's kind of like, whoop, let's put our heads together, let's do this. And so we've done that, and now the chapter went from one to two people now to a little over 30 people, and still have people asking what do I do, how do I join, what is about, what's the benefit of the chapter. And so I really see us making a difference. That's our goal, is to make sure that we have partnerships with the different organizations in Savannah, doing community. I'm a big community service, a community outreach person. I grew up on that. Even in church, we've always done community outreach, and so that's a big part of what I want to do as well, is to make sure that we are known, that people know who the Savannah Metropolitan Chapter of the National Forum for Black Public Administrators are, who we are. And like I said, we are growing, we're thriving. Right now, we are young Black public administrators, as well as a lot of our older ones, like are coming back. And I was telling someone the other day that as much as I want a lot of younger public administrators, I want those seasoned ones as well, because I want that wisdom. I want to I want that knowledge and that guidance. We'll do the leg work, but we need you to be the advisor for us, that's been in public administration, years. We need that guidance. We need that love. We need that chastisement. Every now and then we need that rebuke. But we also need that encouragement, so therefore we can grow even more. And then I'll tell them how to join after Azsha says what she got to say.
Honestly, I see the chapter really blossoming outside of the city of Savannah and kind of to the other public administrators. I know that we are headed that route, but that is my biggest desire, is for us to not just reach the city of Savannah, but to partner with the county, to partner with the school district, to partner with banks, to partner with churches. I would love to see us really expand this region and get the work moving, to get the needle moving forward. And like Krishon said, not just for us young folks. I mean, because be clear, I'm kind of on the spectrum, right? I'm creeping towards the 40s. And so I would love to see people who are set ablaze to join this organization, and also carry the torch for some of us who are getting up there in age. And so if you are wondering how you can get tools to advance your public administrative career, how you can network with other business professionals that are in your field and in other fields that you may be thinking about, this is the perfect organization for you. And our president will tell you exactly how to join us.
Yes, you can join us, and I believe they had the website on. It's NFBPA.org. And you don't have to book /home, but you can. And once you do that, there is a tab that says connect, and you can hit membership. And how to do that, they'll ask you what chapter you want to join, and all that chapter would be the Savannah Metropolitan Chapter. That's how you can join as well. Or you're saying, well, I might not remember that, you can just email us at president.savannahmetro@gmail.com. If you send us a good old email, our team, our administrative staff will get back with you, and we will send you the link or send you what you need to join. Like Azsha said, this is not just for Savannah. We are called Savannah Metro for a reason. We're able to reach all the way up to South Carolina, all the way to the border of Florida if we wanted to. So like she said, it is our goal that we leave our region and reach out to the different states, reach out to the different municipalities. I've already been in contact with Hinesville, with Statesboro, with Rankin, matter of fact, I just had the assistant town manager from Ridgeland, South Carolina. He's a part of the organization, but he was not affiliated with a chapter, so he's going to be affiliated with our chapter. We even have the assistant manager from Charleston a part. We have the city manager from Hinesville. So if we're trying to reach all scopes, because at the end of the day, it's all about network, but it's also about the professional development. And I believe that if you can get a good group of people that part of the chapter, we don't have to go off and hire nobody famous to come do training, but we'll have it right within our, we have the public service within our chapter that can facilitate a training, and we can glean and learn and develop from one another. And so that is my goal.
I love it. I love both of you for the work that you're doing and the leadership, the servant leadership. Kudos to you both for taking on this, labor of love with all the other things that you're invested in. Thank you so much for that. Congrats on the award that you won at this year's.
Listen, I got it.
Maryland. Let me see the award.
Yes,
look at that. Already getting awards and recognition. Kudos to organizations like the NFBPA for creating and promoting workspaces and public administration that invite, embrace, encourage everybody and people of color to, like Azsha said, we need the leadership. We need to open those doors. We need to, bust open the table and let everybody have a seat and a voice and be agents of change. So thank you both. You're so inspiring. Thanks everybody for joining us for another edition of Aspire to Inspire. It's been an absolute pleasure to recognize these two incredible individuals who inspire me every day. And for those of you watching, continue to be an inspiration and look for inspiration. It's everywhere you look if you're just open to it. This has been another edition of Aspire to Inspire and Embrace the Power Production. I'm your host, Dr. Jennifer Blaylock, Chief Energy Officer of Ingenuity Solutions. Have a great evening, everyone, and we'll see you again soon. Good night.